we're talking about ownership. I have no rent, no mortgage. I'm 39.
Yeah.
That makes me very dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to apologize for shit. You know what I'm saying? I own myself. I don't have to go out and do nothing I don't want to do that makes me feel uncomfortable. That's what Africa does for us. We can wake up every day and do what we love to do, not what we have to do.
What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. So we are here in Ghana, in Cape Coast area, I guess.
Cebu, yeah, definitely.
Cebu area.
Next to Cape Coast.
With the one and only Steve Coakley.
Junior, definitely.
Junior, most definitely. For those who don't know who his pops was, you gotta go do your research.
Direct enemy, and we're dealing with symbolism and code sent by the enemy to distract us from who and what it really is. The symbolism is a subtle process by where one swallows something psychologically that they might not understand how it takes away their ability to rationalize their belief system. For example, in Washington, D.C., the mayor of Washington recently got arrested on a Thursday at a demonstration for D.C. statehood. But on Friday, she asked for the National Guard, alleging that she could not control the city. That's a fundamental contradiction that will not have a person listening to you believe that though you want to be a state, you allege is out of control. That's symbolism. And so maybe she didn't really want statehood, and maybe she does want the National Guard, and the people that she hangs with are to be confused by her behavior so that no one who really means to hit the ball goes up to bat.
My brother, thank you for having me out here, man, to showcase, man, your project that you have done and your contributions to the people.
Man, I want to start off too. It's kind of organic the way it flowed. Today is the 10-year anniversary of my father passing. I got the call that, you know, he was found dead in a hotel room in LA. So that's today, April 11th. It happened 10 years ago. So rest in peace to the homie before we start. Yeah. But yeah, much love, respect, man. We out here in the Cebu project. I came out here at about May 2020.
Okay.
It was a project at the moment when I saw it, I had other land in Elmina. I had other plots in different parts of Ghana. And so with this project though, I felt like it was something that was just bigger than me, you know, and I was like, man, let me be a part of something that's a group. You know, a lot of projects here fail. And in terms of group projects, of diasporas coming together to make a community. And I'm like, let me be part of the solution instead of always saying it won't work, it won't work.
Right.
And so I'm like, let me kick this off. Around that time, COVID had hit. And the borders had shut down. A lot of people was fearful. Even the ones that was here, they didn't really want to make no moves because you just don't know what the future brings.
Yeah. And
so for me, it was like, when the world is like that, it's perfect for people like me. When everybody's scared, it's for the fearless.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of opportunity in that as well, without manipulating our people or nothing like that. But I mean, opportunity mean you can strike when everybody is down. And so I felt the opportunity to make the move and start building and kind of be the, because everybody thought the project may die too. This is a Cebu Pan-African Village project. They was like, whoa, will it even work? And at that moment, only 20-some people had bought in at that moment, at that date. And so I was just like, let me just kick it off. It was all bush out here. Like it looked like that back there. And it was just like, you know, let's go. And just try to motivate the people to think differently during times where the whole world was shut down. Yeah. You know, and so that's kind of the beginning of that, or where we at right now.
Good, good. Okay, all right. Well, let's get in, man, and show the people, man, what you got going on. Yeah. So tell me, man, because this is the think tank.
Yes, sir.
The one and only think tank. I've seen, man, quite a bit of your videos that you've done, and I love what you've done here. And please share with the people the impactful use of this building, the spirit that you put into this building. Okay,
well, let me start with why. Okay. You know, in my generation, man, of diasporans that moved to Ghana, it's 85% of people fail at this, moving to Ghana. The percentages are in the 80%. And the number one reason why is to be able to sustain here. Sometimes people come with $100,000, they come with $50,000, they come with $3,000, but they can't, sometimes they can't figure out a way to maintain here. You're not citizens here. It's not jobs available. It's not just coming over and filling out a job application. You have to really figure out what you're going to do when you're in Ghana. And so one of my things is I don't like people just to do stuff for money either. So I had to find this cross. It was like, how can I help people find a purpose and passion and then find a way of making money doing it? So I wanted to build a space, like a creative space, a whole plot, a space where people can come and be creative, but find something within them that they want to do. Yeah. See, I think a lot of people, when I was talking to the brother even earlier, was a lot of people, we come here and we want to, okay, how can I make money? But then when something happens, if you in it just for money, you end up folding. But if you have purpose and you passionate about it, you fight through that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, when the lights go out or the water off or anything going on, you get cheated on this or something happens, if you in your purpose, you don't care, you keep going. But if you just doing it for money, I want to live in Africa and I need to do this for money. Sometimes when that mistakes happen, you end up back on the airplane.
Yep.
So for my generation, I want to create a space where it's safe haven, a place where they can come. I have unlimited data. They can come log in with their computers just like a coffee shop. I have product development stations in here. We still under construction. We're like 2 weeks away from being done. But I have stations in here where we deal with product development and natural resources. We got a lady, Cicely Williams, who we hosting 2 days out of the month yoga events. We got Mama Fossey doing a drum class once a month. So it's helping people launch without charging them. This is a free space. Everything is free. Nothing will charge you. Now I have products that cost, but I don't have price tags on them. I'm not trying to sell it to people. I want this to really be a safe haven where I'm not in their pockets. Because as diasporans or what they like to call foreigners coming in, every day I feel it's an attack on our pockets. Yeah. And this is one of the things where we need a break from that. Right. Where can we go and it's a place where we can concentrate and think and declutter from all of that. So the spaces, if you notice, all the spaces are open. I wanted no rooms, no squares, no desks, no cubicles. Everything is open spaces. That's part of decluttering the mind and being able to just think open. Even with we had the summer hut being built right now where outdoor space would be similar. TV, fan, sockets, people can come, log in. Wi-Fi be all over. They can just come in and it's a safe haven where they can figure it out. Also in the think tank, it'll be research. Pan-Africanism. I have a thing called 30-30-40. 30% of the past, 30% of the present, 40% on the future. That's what the intel in this will be in terms of studying where we came from, why we here today. We got to know why we here. A lot of times we yell, scream, oh, what happened to dual citizenship? We don't even know how we got to that conversation. It took 7 years to have a conversation about that, let alone now the Homeland Act coming. So we got to know that, and then it calm us down a bit before we argument with everybody arguing about how long stuff take. We got to know where we come from. What is our state in our present day? Then the 40%, the future, the next 5 or 10 years. In here, diasporans can come and they can get plumbers. They can get electricians. I have a directory. People that we trust in our community that didn't cheat our people, that gave our people fair prices. And it helps with that process of not losing money on your building process or rentals or just help moving around. A directory of taxi drivers that we already use and trust and they understand how we move and they won't try to nickel and dime you on every place. So this is that safe haven, that base. Gotcha. For the diasporans, but also Ghanaians are invited. This is not a diasporan-only movement. You know what I'm saying? It's an attraction of a mindset. I'm not chasing. I don't want to over-promote. Like, please come. More of a, when people are presented, and then it's up to those people who want to come. And then that energy is just built off that. And we live by being the example, not more than talking about it. We are the example. And that builds the attraction on how we move and how we carry ourselves.
That's powerful, brother, because you know, we need things like that to renew a mindset to where you're not just coming over into a place to, you know, you're thinking most people want to come just build a house. And then, like you said, once they come up some adversity, they're ready to run and leave. And you're making it to where you can tear down the walls of your thinking, kind of build you back up of why you're here and what your purpose is so that then you are able to sustain and fulfill your dreams that you always wanted. That is powerful because we need things like that, you know. And I think what I love about this too, it is that sense of community because sometimes, you know, we want to do our own thing and separate ourselves. And to where now we have a place that we can come. We can, you know, bring our minds together. We can build together. And that's what I'm liking about it, you know. I'm really glad that I came out here because the last time I didn't have the opportunity to. But seeing the houses that are coming up, seeing the programs, seeing the different projects, I mean, you can't ask for a better community. So
like being out here this early in the project, it was rough, you know, and then that's what I meant by, you know, being in your purpose and your passion. It's like this project, we're like ahead of it. You know, we waiting on it to catch up to us in the Cebu Pan-African Village. There's no water in the ground. So my water, I'm off the grid. The solar panels, we waiting on electricity. We didn't have that, but we was almost forced to do that. But you see the resourcefulness of the black Americans out here who's still willing to fight and keep going. to have things out here and that spirit to still keep going even if it ain't laid out for you. Sometimes they call us lazy. Sometimes they say we complain too much. But I think this project shows the resourcefulness that we have in our spirit to keep going even when it's not there for us and we just figure it out and figure it out in a country we wasn't born in, but we belong to. So I just, you know, I'm grateful to even see my fellow neighbors go hard at this like this, and we don't have the system set up for us. And they always think we need everything, and we showing that we make it happen regardless. Even though we know we've been making it happen since a long time with lease. We make the most out of everything. And so this is just another example in the country, you know, in Africa, in Ghana. This part, man, this is gonna be the outdoor version of it right here. Got the carpets out here. We have the desk out here. It's a nice chill area. The TV, the fan, the sockets are going in, electrician out here so people can plug in outside as well. Sometimes, man, I get 20 guests, 30 guests at one time. So I try to create different vibes, different scenarios. Sometimes people want to be outside and feel the breeze. They got it inside. It's just another option for people to come and chill. This place right here, man, a lot of people, you know, they know my dad, but I wanted to create something for my mom. My mom was in the movement. She was selling Black Panther newspapers at 16 before she went to high school, you know, before school started. She was around with Fred Hampton and them, real close with Fred Hampton Jr.'s mom. You know that story in terms of her being on the bed when the man was murdered. So that history is there, and my mom played a big part in my life. She was the one going back and forth to West Africa, not my dad. So when I grew up, it was Pan-African stuff all over the place that she would bring back, and it'd be in the house. And we would learn that, and that was my mom's version. My dad was the political science, politics in America, but we had that Pan-African side, and that was my mom's side. So I named this place Galleria Nataki, and Nataki is her name, and so I just wanted to show love to her, because eventually this whole plot, even though I'm living here now, I keep the doors open. It's open for everybody, and it's just another creative space where people can come and chill and relax. Again, I tried to keep something open, simple, lack of clutter. I hate clutter. I study minimalism, and so I try to keep things in spaces where when they come here as well, we declutter in the mind. To think you want to get shit out your head, you almost got like an unlearn, relearn type of vibe. And so to declutter the mind, I wanted spaces, and so every time you see something, it's gonna be open spaces. And this would be a place where people can come, doors open, and they want to break, shoot some pool, chill, relax, drink, smoke, do whatever, drink water, you can do whatever, but it's an open space where people can come. And again, I've been meeting with some brilliant minds, man. Last week I had the Amazon execs here. Before that, I'm working with a group, A2 Men, one of the largest Black doctor programs in California, which got to approve of a budget of $1.3 million annually in the state budget. So it's different people with these brilliant minds that just come through naturally. And those people bought 23 plots in a Cebu. So it's always this attraction of people meeting real people, but being open, like an underground railroad. Like I picture these type of things, what would that look like in 2022? You know what I'm saying? What, you know, before we pictured our mind in some cabin and we sneaked up and ducked, but what if now we got a chance to be technical with it, to be logical with it, to be strategic with it, and have a space where we're really open. You know what I'm saying? I live here, but I'm still getting used to being in a space where I sleep, but it's open to anybody. And a lot of people I don't know, but that's part of me I need healing on. We need people. We need this. Our people need this coming over. And I have to, it's like, it's helping them, but they're helping me as well. And so it's a two-way street. And I'm learning. I'm a student. And when these people come, I'm not just always talking to them. They're teaching me things. They teach me about my solar, my gas. They always got these ideas, and we run them by. And it's just these brilliant minds that when they first come, they go to the dungeons and they get depressed. And you got that door of no return. And we know some diasporans here, but they get that part. And so having this space out here and having these people build on their way back to Accra, instead of feeling down, they see, whoa, 380 Black Americans made a decision to buy land in Africa and come back. So it ain't the door of no return. We are back. And then we're just doing some cool shit. And it's the vibe. And so the vibration goes back up. And they loving it. They cool. The drinks are free. The food, anything they want, snacks or whatever, everything is free. They just, and that vibe goes back. And so they going back to Accra with a mindset that's different than feeling depressed and down for what they saw. It's like that plan of the minds, and they come right by us when they come out. And they're choosing to come. This is not, hey, I didn't have a plug or say, yo, come by the think tank, please. I want your two groups to come by. It's more of that energy. And when it's like that, it seems like it's debt free. Like I don't want you to feel like I owe you something. I'm not here to present or have a presentation, or you don't owe me anything. It's just energy. It's energy. And I'm going to feed off the energy. It motivates me, and that's where my currency is at when the people come. It's like I just love people, and to see these different people in different fields, man, oh, man, it's just brilliant to me, man. I love it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, man, it looks like, man, you're doing an outstanding job. And I tell you, people, that you said something a couple minutes ago in how 380 people, African Americans, if you will. I don't even like to put the American on it, especially you come here now. You know, you African, but who fought through the adversity of getting to the continent, purchasing land, and dealing with the highs and lows. That's why on my channel I share the good, the bad, the indifferent,
yes, sir. Yes,
because it's going to weed out the weak ones, to make them think, because there are those who just ain't built for it. But when you said that, something struck me, because we can fight in America and protest and march all day long and not much is resolved. And yet we can't use that same energy to come to the motherland and get you a land, put your money into a house, build your kingdom, and live happily ever after, in a sense, to where now you are the king, queen of your domain. And that hit home when you said that, how people's come here has fought through that adversity. Because one, it's the struggle of the mind. Do I want to go to Africa? What am I going to get scammed? What if this happens? What if they don't work out? Do I have enough money? You got to go through that wall first. And then you go through these other things. That shows the strength of how we really are powerful people. So I appreciate you, man, sharing that, sharing and opening up your space. Not that as, you know, we have this Western mentality, me, my, I. You like, no, I made this to where people can come and enjoy. They can come and digress. They can go ahead and cleanse, you know. They can go ahead and detox from some of the pollutedness that we had to deal with in our lives. So going to see these dungeons so that you can go ahead and release. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to you coming to Africa on a spiritual journey. Not no tourism, just looking around and want to go ahead and, you know, sit on a beach and, you know, drink Mai Tais. But this is about really reconnecting with oneself. And so, brother Steve, my hat's off to you, man. I know your pops, man, your moms are proud of you, man, picking up the baton and carrying it over here to the motherland while your dad was there fighting for our people, and you just taking it to the next level. I appreciate you.
No, it's much love, and you know, that's the argument sometimes. We have a lot of disputes within the community, and I'm not involved with that. I kind of keep my head focused on what I'm working on. I like to let the action talk more than the words in the debates. But you know, we have a lot of it's people have confusion. They ask me a lot, like, yo, you know, how you feel? You know, your parents fought there, and then you left. You know, it's almost like a survivor's remorse type of thing.
Yeah.
Or it's people's, you know, you have the Aboriginal arguments. There's a lot of arguments that's caused confusion. And for me, at the end of the day, I put a scenario at the table. I said, you compare Africa to America. Like, and anybody that come over here, I say, even with those class presidents, the PhDs I was talking about, that organization, they're university presidents. And when I had them in the room, I don't have a PhD, but I struck them with one question. I said, look, man, I'm the only person in this room that can't get fired. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
And so I had an actress come here, and I was telling her about, you know, you're dealing with Netflix and digital, and they was talking about, man, they was talking about I can rent the studio. I said, but you can build your studio here for the same price, and you own all of it. See, it's a mindset change, and when we present that, it's going to be undisputed. And so Africa to me is, and give it credit to Rabbi Cohen said something one time where he mentioned that I'd rather figure it out with all my own people than to figure it out with them. They've been the same way since the cave. They ain't changed since they left the cave. And we're trying to figure it out with them. It's like, or we figure it out by ourselves. And this government is not perfect, but I'd rather figure it out with my people. You know what I'm saying? And then we're talking about ownership. I have no rent, no mortgage. I'm 39. That makes me very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to apologize for shit. You know what I'm saying? I own myself. I don't have to go out and do nothing I don't want to do that makes me feel uncomfortable. That's what Africa does for us. We can wake up every day and do what we love to do, not what we have to do. And that's what we're fighting against, because that's what they pay. When I went to Oakland in 2019, you had people, Facebook, Instagram, Lyft, they was paying people $300,000, $400,000 fresh out of Stanford to sit in a room and think. That's what we up against. We here trying to survive, dodge this, watch that, make money. We got kids in trouble. We got to wash them off the streets. You know, it's like we always fighting. Africa gets a chance to declutter all that, Take a break. Look where we at. We're in the bush. We can create what we want, but we own all of it.
Own all of it. That's
we
it.
Ownership is huge. And that's when they want to argue that.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't own what they do. They rent the buildings they do the lectures out of. And I even know that I could take a toll with my dad being a kid. I can see how they put all their stuff in the movement, right? Nothing wrong with that. But I can always see the stress that it takes because you still have to raise your family. You still got rent. You still got car note. You still got all this stuff. But Africa, we can clear that. We can clear bills. Imagine that. Then Nick Cannon ain't got to apologize no more. Because how you worry about your livelihood when you own everything? It makes you a dangerous person, bro.
I did a video on that. Social media, brother. Please share with the people your social media. Okay.
Instagram is @Steve Coakley. Facebook is the same name, Steve Coakley. My website is www.themaringamatrix.com. Check out the website. Also, you can go to that website by typing in www.stevecoakley.com. It'll send you to the same website. All this stuff was built on that, you know, and you'll be surprised. You know, we don't even look that way. Coming to Africa, people look at the gold, the silver, the bauxite, and that's cool. We need to take control of those resources. We need to get that back. But also, Africa is plentiful, and we need to get to importing and exporting products. These buildings are built on moringa powder, man. I'm a black man from Chicago. Whoever thought, you know? And so taking our minds there, I just like moringa powder anyway. I didn't do that for money. I was drinking moringa powder 3 months before I ever sold my first pack. Because I just liked it and I thought it was cool. Sent it to my friends. They said, hey man, send some more. I said, no, it's gonna cost you this time.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's what I mean though, but we get in that mindset when we have time to, I wanna take 2 months off and let me think. Or if a person wanna come write a book, come to Africa for a year. Pay your rent up front. You could pay an apartment for $500 for the year. $800 for the year.
Let me say this right here. Dave Chappelle came to Africa to restore himself and went back.
And took it all
and
back.
And made double the money that he was making.
And that's what Africa do to you, man. It make you dig back down into your inner soul. And figure out what you really want to do and what you're fighting for. So I'm grateful of Ghana. Ghana taught me patience. It got me my purpose, my passion. And that's when I originally came. I didn't come to build a house. I didn't care about where I live. It was more about finding myself and where I'm going to do that at. So my first 2 years was about that before I ever even tried to do other stuff. So,
let me end with this. I appreciate you, brother. You know, you mentioned PhDs.
For sure.
And every black person in the diaspora, Western world, in the Western worlds rather, that's the diaspora, we all have PhDs. You just got to use it. PhD is poor, hungry, and driven. If you got that, which a lot of us are poor, hungry, and we're talking about spiritually and mentally, you know, and we have the drive. We've proven that we can do anything. So keep that in mind, family. I thank you, my brother. Much love to you. This is your man, not your boy. This is your man, not your boy.
Definitely.
Go black to Africa.
Think about it, 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 think about it.